10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi, how are we all?
Oh, not too bad, thanks.
This fine Friday evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world.
Oh, well, it's not quite a Friday wherever everyone is in the world either. Bear in
That's
mind that
also
some
very
people are
true.
listening in Australia.
Yes.
Australia. Australia?
Are we doing this?
No.
No, let's not.
No. Who are you?
I'm Chris.
I'm Catherine.
And I'm...
That's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
Yep.
It's some voice box is still not working very well.
There we are.
Well, you know, we tried. We
Yes.
tried.
Anyway.
So, yes.
In the week that Google hired an SEO expert so that they could get to the top of Google, we have prepared you a fun show this evening / morning / afternoon.
Yes, in a week where people are largely just very annoyed at a particular dentist.
Yes.
And then a week where we're only 50 days away from the new series of Doctor Who.
Indeed.
Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, that's what Twitter told me today.
Lovely. So in a week where we're believing everything we read on Twitter,
Yep.
Here is the Geekly Chronicles.
Indeed,
Hello.
here it is. Hello.
Fantastic.
So we've got all kinds of fun stuff in this evening's show, if your tweets earlier are to be believed.
Yeah, that's true. So not only do we have shiny new ways of people making song requests, and
We
they
do.
are coming in, which is great already. We are going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. It is, it was Friendship Day yesterday. Today is what day?
National Orgasm Day.
National Orgasm Day. So
Okay.
we'll be avoiding that topic.
Yeah. Keeping that clean label.
Yes, yeah, and there's not really an awful lot we can really do on the
No.
show with that, unless you get really excited about listening to us, really.
Indeed.
It's also J.K. Rowling's 50th birthday today, so we're going to talk both about books, what books we've been enjoying, what books you've been enjoying, but also magical characters. So, you know,
Indeed.
characters with superpowers of magic and other related things. What are your favourites? So that's cool. Also, we're going to talk a bit about certain food substances. Or certain foodstuffs. Here, there's a certain root vegetable that's going to be making a featuring appearance in this evening's show.
Indeed.
Plus, we've got all of the usual content. So we've got Bad Song of the Week coming up. We've got the Tumble Fumble with Catherine. Hello, Catherine.
Hello again.
Hello again. How are you today?
Kind of sleepy.
Sleepy.
Yes. Weirdly. So, you know, if you just hear a sort of soft third during the show, that's my head hitting the table and I'm out.
Okay.
Right.
So,
So Catherine's sleepy.
yeah, we're going to go get Catherine a bucket of coffee.
Yep, that's fine. Well, we can do that.
Yes.
And also a lot of requests and dedications and bits and pieces of music coming in.
Indeed.
So
Ninji also raises in the chat room that today is Sysadmin Appreciation Day.
well, we do appreciate our sysadmins. So
Yes, we
thank
do.
you.
This week has
You.
had a lot of
Yeah,
days, hasn't it?
Basically me.
Yeah, it's a week of days.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a week of days. That's like
Indeed.
the worst Game of Thrones knockoff ever.
Uh-huh.
Week of days.
Yes. Sunday is coming.
I'm glad we at least amuse each other.
In the week of days, you work or you die. No, not so much.
No,
Anyway.
I'm not really feeling it.
Moving swiftly on.
How can people get in touch with us, Chris?
People can get in touch with us in all sorts of ways that I am reasonably sure are actually going to work this week, which will be
Okay.
exciting. If you want to get in touch with the show, you can give us a ring. Those numbers are in the UK 0203 389 6245 or in the US 415-287-9705.
It's worth noting, of course, that "give us a ring" is a British colloquialism. We don't expect you to ask us to marry you. Just get in touch.
Unless, as we were discussing earlier, the mood takes you during the show.
Quite.
Yes, those numbers are also available on the website. You can email us if you're into that at studio@gkly.co.
I'm really into email.
We love a bit of the email. But what we love more than the email is the IRC, because who doesn't love a bit of internet relay chat? Yeah, I Googled that before the show. Freenode IRC network channel GKLY. And if you're over all of that 90s email and IRC stuff, we're also on Twitter at GKLYCO.
Lovely. It's almost like you've practiced that.
Yeah, I've written it all down and everything.
Okay, so don't forget, if you want to request a song, if you're in the chat room, just do ! request and type in the name of the song. It will come through to us. If you're on Twitter, you can tweet us with the name of the song and use the hashtag request, and we'll get those through in our shiny little request panel thingy. But first up, because it's Friday,
It
and
is
we're
indeed.
not playing songs by Rebecca Black.
Yeah. That is a studio rule.
Yes, well, it's a life rule, really. It's
Well,
more
yeah.
like a life hack. Don't play Rebecca Black.
And while we were playing that song, we noticed in the chat room that GeeklyBot appears to have achieved sentience. Which is slightly
and
alarming.
is taking everyone's requests and converting them into Nicki Minaj.
Yes. GeeklyBot is not only conscious and sentient, but also a Nicki Minaj fan.
Yes,
which-
Geeklybot woke up this morning feeling like P. Diddy, and I know that's not Nicki Minaj, but...
You just wanted to do that
I
joke,
did.
didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to try and fix that.
We say try.
We say try.
We will.
We yeah.
And
We'll
when I
give it a
say
go.
we, I mean...
You mean me?
It's Sysadmin Appreciation Day, so...
Uh-huh. Great. Did you get me a cake? Did you get me a cake?
No, but hang on.
I can only imagine what's about to happen now.
Hanging.
My co-host is reaching into the equipment.
Happy Sysadmin Appreciation Day.
Why is there one of those in our studio equipment box?
Everyone carries a streamer in their studio equipment box. Who knows when you need to celebrate?
Well, indeed.
Sort of peters out after a little while.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes.
today is J.K. Rowling's birthday.
Indeed. I feel like you should get the thingy out again, but
Yeah, no, I put it away now. Are we sorry? What are we talking about now? I'm lost.
J.K. Rowling's birthday?
We were talking about thingies, and I was worried.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Harry Potter's birthday.
Yes,
That's very
so
true.
lazily as an author named.
Or handily. She's never going to forget that.
That's true.
I guess. Harry Potter was born on this day in 1980, technically, which makes him 35 today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy 35th birthday, Harry Potter. And happy 50th birthday, J.K. Rowling.
I saw a tweet earlier that said, I think it was in the New York Times, but I will look it up now, that said, no one's really quite sure how old the mysterious wizard is. And it's like everyone was saying, yeah, except that we know he was born in 1985.
No, he was born in 1980.
1980 even.
Yeah.
I can't remember numbers today.
But Neville Longbottom was also born in 1980 as well. In fact, everyone in that school year was really born in the same
Yeah.
kind of
Generally
year
how that
period,
works.
Right? That's generally how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Makes that convenient to remember.
Well, it makes me younger than Harry Potter, which I'm happy about.
That's
Which is
always
nice.
a good move.
Mm-hmm. Let's make this all very magical, shall we?
I didn't know we had a button for that.
Who doesn't have a button for that?
That's what my button does.
Are we back on National Orgasm Day?
Yeah.
You need
Well,
to go and see a doctor.
Yes.
But
I think it's magical.
Oh dear.
yeah, I still think you should go and see a doctor.
Yes.
So, I mean, so interestingly, did you know that that's not even Harry Potter's theme or the theme from Harry Potter? That was originally written as Hedwig's theme. So
Well,
that
there
was
we
the
are.
theme for the owl,
Yes.
Hedwig. Talking about Hedwig the owl, not Hedwig the crossdresser from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which is also an incredibly good play on the West End. It was a good film. Actually, the play starred Neil Patrick Harris recently. We've gone
Indeed.
slightly off topic.
Yes,
So, Harry
considerably
Potter.
less owly,
Yes.
the West End version.
Yeah, there are less owls, and it doesn't have Hedwig's theme in it. But
Yes.
Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter, that's what was originally used as the opening.
Well, there we are.
Films.
Don't ever let it be said that the Geekly Chronicles doesn't bring you all sorts of useless trivia.
Tidbits. So, I mean, I loved the Harry Potter books. I completely ignored them for the first couple of books because I thought, it's just a kid's book. I don't want to read that. It's going to be rubbish. And then when the third book came out, somebody said, the third book's coming out in a couple of weeks. You should read the other two. Just do it. They're really good. I like reading, so I read the books. And I loved them. So I went and I queued up outside a bookshop at midnight to get the third one, because I'm sad like that. And got it. And I also queued up to get the fourth one and the fifth one and the sixth one and the seventh one outside a bookshop at midnight.
Yeah, I did that with 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
My friend Vicky, when we queued up to get book 5, we were in our first year at uni, and I had ordered my book from W.H. Smith so I could go and get it at midnight, and she had ordered hers from Amazon, so I had to wait until the morning. But she still came with me, great friend. And she got so excited that she was sick in Smelly Alley in Reading, next to the Carphone warehouse.
In Diagon
Actually
Alley.
named.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is an alley in Reading that is essentially Diagon Alley. It's basically got all the same shops and it smells about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people that walk up and down, they look like Hagrid.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Although it has a shake away on it randomly.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I don't
remember
think-
there being one of them
no.
on Diagon. I can't even say it.
Well, that will mean if you do that while you're putting in the
flu
flu
powder.
powder, then you're going to end up somewhere strange.
Yeah, that's going to be problematic.
Did he just
You'll probably
say
end up in Smelly Alley.
diagonally?
Diagonally, yes. I will transform into a triangle.
Well, I've got a sudden urge to do all the Harry Potter films this weekend now because I haven't seen all the Harry Potter films in ages.
You just reminded me of something awesome.
Hmm?
So have you come across Muggle Hustle?
No, is that like the Harlem Shake?
No? Okay, so there's a guy who started a Twitter account called Muggle Hustle, and he essentially just read the Harry Potter books and did a live tweet as he read them.
I see.
But then...
But having not read them before?
Yes,
Right.
of course. Yeah. So, just an interesting commentary, really. But then he decided that he should watch the movies and do the same thing.
Right.
But that's kind of short-lived. So he also did audio commentary tracks for the film. So I downloaded them and watched the films with his audio commentary, and it's really funny. It's like watching them with, a hilarious friend. It's very good. Yeah.
That sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
We should start doing that for films as a trio here. The Geekly Chronicles, Geekly film
commentary track,
commentaries.
yes.
Yes, we could sit here in the studio. We've got a big TV here. We could sit here in the studio, watch films, and
do the
and comment on them.
I'd be for that.
Yeah, would people listen to that? Tell us in the chat room. If you would
Indeed.
listen to Geekly commentaries, then we will actually do one.
Yes.
But what would you like us?
Yeah, what
commentate
films
on.
would you like us to
Yes.
comment on or commentate? Because, I don't like scary films. But other than that, I'll watch anything. I'll give anything a watch. I made you watch 2001 A Space Odyssey once, didn't I?
I don't think
Was
that was
that
me.
you? No.
I've not
I
seen
made
that.
someone watch 2001 A Space Odyssey once, and they felt like I'd cheated them out of a couple of hours of their life. But actually, it's a cult classic.
Yeah, but then
It's a-
some cult classics do just,
It's
Cheat you out of a couple of
cult
hours of your
classic. Oh, I love that film, though. So cool. Anyway, we have diverged again from Harry Potter.
Indeed. As we often do.
Yeah, and so we'd love to hear your tweets, your thoughts. Maybe even give us a call and let us know. I mean, did you like the Harry Potter books? Did you ever queue up and get them? How many times did you read them cover to cover? I mean, I haven't reread the Harry Potter books for a long time, but I loved them and I have read them more than once.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm tempted to.
And written several 100,000 words of fan fiction.
See, I've never written Harry Potter fan fiction, but I'm starting to feel like I ought to now.
It's a murky, murky world.
Yes.
Fan fiction often is a murky, murky world.
Yes.
Ross, Penman in the chat room says, would listen. So I'm assuming that's a plus.
Yes.
Geekly Film Chronicles says good, so I'm going to
Yes.
also take that as a yes.
Q
Because
also apparently wants us to watch and commentate The Room, so that'll be interesting.
what's The Room
It's a terrible, terrible film. It's
about?
about a room.
Is it
Well,
what
it seems-
what genre?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's supposed to be like a sort of horror-y thing,
No, then.
but it's terrible. Anyway,
Yes, sorry. The only one would be maybe in honor of National Orgasm Day. You should commentate 50 Shades of Grey. And then I would have to
Yeah.
watch 50 Shades of Grey, and I'm not really up for endorsing a film that essentially stands for things that I don't really like. But commentating on it, I suppose, could be a way to make a stand.
true.
Could be.
Would you
Yeah.
Would you sit through 50 Shades of Grey?
Maybe if people wanted me to do it enough,
Okay.
nah.
Would you sit through 50 Shades of Grey?
Only if I got to sarcastically bitch about it all the way through.
I think
I
that's
think
the
that's the
point
point,
of the
yeah.
commentary. Yeah. So yeah, that would work.
Misty M says, "Oh gosh, The Room." So yeah, let's
Let's not watch
Can
that.
I,
not watch that. Rachel says, "Star Trek Into Darkness" might be a fun one to do.
Then I'd spend the entire film just going, "Come on!"
Yeah.
That was a bit more
Yeah.
guttural than I thought it would be.
Yes.
That's, Josh says, would not sit through 50 Shades. No, I'm not entirely sure on that one, but as Ross said, it is National Orgasm Day.
Yeah.
I do have quite a
Is
collection
it
of.
National or International Orgasm
I
Day?
thought it was just national.
So it only so the most reserved country on the planet is celebrating National Orgasm Day, presumably by tutting and not really talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about it.
We are, yes, but we're not.
True.
We're not the most reserved people in the world.
No, but we're pretty British though,
I suppose we are quite British. We do tend to drink a lot of tea.
and we do like
Yes.
to queue.
Yes, we do like to queue. I love a good queue.
Yes.
Yeah, and I always carry an umbrella
Mm.
Yes.
and moan
Rain
when the
or
weather is
shine.
warm.
And moan when the weather is wet.
Yes.
And moan when the weather is cold.
Yep.
And moan when the weather doesn't exist.
Yes.
True.
I think the Brits are better with orgasms than we give them credit for.
Well, yeah. Okay. Let's keep this show on the non-explicit ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penman has actually said, God, no, please don't actually do it. So I think we're off the hook with 50
Yes,
Shades of Grey, which
maybe.
I'm somewhat relieved about, because I do not ever want to watch that film or read that book or...
I've seen enough excerpts on the internet to know I don't want
I
to go
mean,
there.
even when I was on a flight recently and I was so bored and it was the only thing on the entertainment system I hadn't watched, I still turned the entertainment system off and sat and stared at the seat in front of me, because that was more entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yes. Speaking of things that are very not entertaining at all,
Okay.
should we tell our audience about the bad songs of the week?
Yes, I was just getting to that one.
Great minds.
Yeah, great minds
Something
indeed.
like that. Penman says we should watch Hackers, the 1996 hacking film,
Oh, we could do that.
which would be fun.
We could do that.
So yeah, I'm going to write that one down.
Yep. Make a note.
I shall.
I like this idea, actually.
Yes.
The commentating on movies.
That would be quite fun.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what we're doing later.
Indeed.
If Catherine's not fallen asleep by then.
Yes, that's very possible.
At the moment, she's just vaguely nodding because she can't actually
Form sentences.
bring herself to words.
No, well, I was typing something and I was just, that was as much as I could handle.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, the
bad
bad
song of the
songs.
week. Yeah, so as always, we pick a song. So I pick a song. Piss. We've just lost our
Yeah,
explicit rating.
there we go.
we'll edit that before it
Yeah.
goes on the podcast. Chris, that's your name.
That is
I'm
my
sorry.
name.
I'm sorry. I can't speak.
It's fine. You spent a week calling yourself crap bag, so that was...
That's true. Or Princess
That was-
Consuelo Banana Hammock. Just call me Princess. That'll be good. So, bad song of the week. We pick a bad song, and you then vote for which song is worse, which song is the most or the least terrible.
Yes.
So, would you like to introduce your song for this week?
I will. My song this week is by a band that I think very accurately describes the song itself. The band is called Manufactured Superstars, and the song features Paris Hilton.
Are they superstars?
Who, if nothing else, is an entirely manufactured superstar.
Correct.
The band I'd not heard of before this week, so I wouldn't necessarily call them superstars. But the song is called Drunk Text.
Right.
And, well, it sounds a bit like this.
Does it really?
Press the button.
Which
This is what
button?
I was going for. Do you have the button, or do I have the buttons?
You have the button. You didn't.
Why do you give me the buttons?
You
This
didn't
is never a good idea.
You didn't give me your bad song excerpt in advance of the show this week.
I never do anything on
Press
time.
the button.
I'm going to press the...
Makes the other noise.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, it sounds a bit like this.
Really?
I went out to the club the other night to, you know, dance with my bitches.
I think we've heard enough.
You're laughing.
Oh, dance with my bitches.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we didn't have to, keep the clean label on this podcast, I would so put that forward for the title of this week's show.
Title of the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
so that was Drunk Text by Manufactured Superstars.
Was Paris Hilton sounding entirely bored and completely talentless?
So like Paris Hilton.
Yes, exactly. That was a song that was produced, I think, in 2012, so it's quite recent.
Right.
And still, given our advanced taste in music in 2012, was still allowed to happen. So,
well,
there we go.
you say advanced taste in music. At
Well,
the 2012
that's true.
Olympics, we wheeled out Paul McCartney for the millionth time as, oh, look, isn't he brilliant?
Yeah. He was probably the only one that was free.
True. So, the song that I have picked for this week is by a... Oh, well, it started life out as a ringtone. So that's
Always
a good sign.
As all the best things do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And turned into an animated frog, who then released an entire album of songs. And so this
God.
is the one that made it to number one. This is so bad that it made it to number one in the UK charts.
This is Mr. Blobby levels of bad.
This is Mr. Blobby levels of bad, which might be my bad song next time.
Goodness.
But this is the Crazy Frog. So it's
What?
really annoying levels of bad song. Seriously.
What's going on?
So
I'm-
it's actually terrible.
Yeah, I am beginning to see what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, my song is bad, but your song is like...
My song is
Annoyingly
it's just
bad.
yeah, it's but the really annoying thing is it will get in your head.
Yeah,
It will get in your head.
We will all be humming it by the end of the show.
Yeah.
That is...
So you can
That
go
is
to gkly/ dot. Nope, I'm really
Should we
not
do
doing
that
it
one
with
again?
words this evening.
Okay.
You can go to gkly.co/bad
Nice.
and vote for the bad song of the week. So the
Let's
choice
move
is
that out in the
between
edit.
yes, the choice. Oh, what is wrong with me today?
Do you want me to do this bit?
Go on.
The choice this week is between Drunk Text by Manufactured Superstars featuring Paris Hilton.
I went out to the club the other night.
Stop it.
That's enough of that.
Thank you.
And this song, which apparently is called Axel F.
I think it sounds like Minions.
It does a bit.
No, the Minions are at least vaguely funny.
Okay, it's like Minions, but with their funny bones removed.
Yeah.
Boneless Minion.
Uh-huh.
Is that a bit like a
A Binion.
boneless bucket from KFC?
Yes.
Yeah, but it probably
But less
tastes
good.
horrible.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, their frog's legs do taste a bit like
Minions
chicken.
look a bit rubbery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do
Could be
frogs.
problematic.
And yet you still eat frogs.
I don't really eat frogs.
Have you ever eaten frog's legs?
No.
They're quite tasty.
Just because I've not really had the opportunity.
Have you eaten frog's legs before?
No.
You're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Chris just has frog's legs.
Yes.
That's also very true.
But explain why he was hopping around earlier. There was no denying. That's all there, wasn't there? No. So, a trend that has just started trending is apologise to a film.
Yep. Apologise with a Z
Yes.
if you want to follow that along on Twitter.
Yes. If you're from the UK, misspell apologise.
Yes.
If you're from the US,
Misspell apologise.
But this is really quite amusing. Life of Humble Pie.
Yep. Admission impossible.
Driving Miss Whoopsie Daisy.
Very nice.
It's not you. It's me and Dupree.
Despicable mea culpa.
I like that one. We Cool Runnings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Regretting Sarah Marshall.
As good as it regrets.
Swallow my pride and prejudice.
Horton, here's a whoops.
The Fast and the Regretful.
Not bad.
Apologies now.
Thory.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Someone here has just said, I'm sorry your life was a goddamn box of chocolates. Wow.
Well.
So I've got a bit of a... Yeah.
Yes.
Sister act of contrition.
The never-ending sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get mad, Max.
In Repentance Day.
Yep.
The Fault in Our Sorries. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance. Kidding. Just kidding.
I see.
Yeah. I take it back to the future.
The Wizard of Saws.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Nice. To not kill a mockingbird.
Apologetic 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
We're
we
all
are.
just reading Twitter now.
Yeah, we pretty much are.
Lost my
what-
temper in translation.
Nice. The Mask of Sorrow.
Not a bad one. I was thinking about Back to the Future though, because it's coming up, isn't it? The date that they travel to in the future, October 21st,
Yes.
2015. So they've got a lot of Jaws films to make in that time.
Yeah.
We need to have an
Yes.
abundance of flying cars and
Yep.
hoverboards.
Well, what I really want is the clothes that resizes itself. That would
Yeah,
be
those were cool.
So
They'd be
handy.
handy.
I like the jacket that dries itself. That was pretty good. Because if I could have a jacket that dried itself, that would just be amazing. I'd get wet all the time.
Just to
Just-
watch your,
just
your
cause.
jacket
Just
dry.
cause.
No comment.
And we're back to what day it is today.
Indeed.
Yeah,
But
I know.
yes.
So
we've got 8 weeks-ish to invent all of those things.
Yeah.
Probably actually 7. So,
till October. It's coming
yeah,
up
it's
the
more
start
than
of
that.
August.
I
yeah.
can't count.
More like 12 weeks.
12 weeks. 12 weeks. That's a better
More
number.
like 15.
11 or 12. Maybe 15. None of us can count. Moving on.
At some point in the next 15 weeks, though, we do have to do our Geekly Chronicles commentary on the Back to the Future films.
Yes.
That'd be good to do.
That would be fun.
That'd be excellent to do.
Yes, release that on Back to the Future Day. That would be exciting.
Yes, that will be exciting. We will do those for then. We will do those
Yes.
for then. All good. So we've been talking about books so far. It's J.K. Rowling's birthday. Again, happy birthday, J.K. And that's the Rowling, not the lead singer from Jamiroquai. Although I like Jamiroquai. Do you like Jamiroquai?
I don't know Jamiroquai.
Really? Virtual
Well-
Insanity?
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know the person to know if I like him.
But you don't know J.K. Rowling.
No, but I follow her on Twitter, so I feel like I know her.
That's basically knowing someone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Jamiroquai?
I don't even know what that is.
Like a bit of canned heat.
Yeah. Futures made of
Virtual
insanity now.
Yeah, we might need to add this to
I
the
see.
request.
Yeah, I think we'll
Yeah.
add it
Well,
to
there
the
we go.
playlist for the
Geekly
show.
Bot needs to get on
I don't
that.
think we're doing it justice here.
No.
It is good though. It's one of those kind of get up and hop around the room kind of funks.
I see.
Didn't Jamiroquai do like a Batman theme?
Did they?
Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't know. I'm just saying words now.
Well, somebody has
I might have made
requested
that up.
Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai
there we
to
go.
the request list, so I'm okay with that. Thank you very much, Goot, for doing that for us. Books. What other books are favourite books? And we've talked about Harry Potter, but there are other books are available.
Indeed.
Well, I've recently read J.K. Rowling's attempt at crime fiction. She's written 2 detective stories.
How were they?
I thought they were good. I like the detective and his sidekick.
What are the detective and sidekick called?
The detective is Cormoran and his sidekick is Robin.
I can imagine there'd be many jokes there.
Well, the joke's pretty much used once and taken wrongly, and it's amusing.
I see.
There needs to be more context, but yeah. You had to read the book.
You had to
I
be
see.
there.
Well, there we go.
What have you been reading recently, Chris?
Twitter.
You guess, but what about real books? Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still pretty much just read fan fiction.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because I have been reading a fan fiction recently because some fan fiction is written so epically, real kind of epic stories and very long, very well thought out stories. And so there are a lot of fan fictions around a game series that I really like, and there's a fantastic fan fiction from an author there. It's like 40 chapters. It's a proper kind of novel epic. It's the size of a novel. I actually formatted it into a book-size document just to see how many pages it was, and it was 500 or so. But it's such a good story. So well written.
Yeah, I think, in a lot of ways, I think fan fiction outstrips regular in a lot of ways.
Regular fiction.
Regular fiction.
Well, I suppose because it is really written by people who are fervent admirers of a particular topic.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Plus, you don't have to get to know the characters, which, saves paper.
I guess. I mean, this fan fiction I'm reading has a lot of new characters in it. It's told from a very different point of view. It's kind of the other... Well, it's called The Other Side. It is the other side of the game series, which is pretty cool. From the kind of bad guy's point of view, quote unquote. Very, very well done. But in terms of actual books that you can go and buy on Amazon, I've been reading a lot of Alistair Reynolds recently.
That doesn't ring a bell with me. Who's
He's
Alistair
a
Reynolds?
sci-fi author. He's very good. And so he did a series of books, Revelation Space, Chasm City. They're really, really good books. They all kind of tie into each other. They're set in the same universe, but they all tell slightly different stories from different time periods. Although there are 1 or 2 characters that do span all of the books. And it is just such a great telling of the story. It really brings this world, this universe to life, and I think that's fantastic. I love it when authors are very descriptive, very graphic. I don't know quite why I'm now kind of hunched over my microphone like some kind of supervillain for some reason.
There's some very sort of villainous hand motions going on. You look like you need a bald cat.
I do.
On which to take them out, work them out. I don't know.
Hello.
I'm going to be quiet now.
It's probably best for our iTunes sticker.
Cat listeners, I think.
That too.
If any cats are listening, we are not planning on shaving you. Don't worry. Catherine has had all sharp objects removed from her person.
Yes, as she does every
Except
time
for
she
her
does
wit.
a show.
I'm not the one who had a cat shaved recently.
Fair enough. So, what books do you like, listeners?
Yes.
Tell us what your books are. Somebody in the chat room says the user's directory to the internet.
Is that like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but searchable?
It kind of seems like it would be. What is the user's directory to the internet? Other than a 1989 document that detailed all 12 nodes that were currently available at that point in time. But yeah. Oh, apparently there's a Jamiroquai game.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah. In completely unrelated news, Ninja in the chat says, this week Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist recommended Crazy Frog.
I think you have very, very fallen very foul of an incredibly awful algorithm there, Ninja.
Yeah.
Eldritch looks like they've been reading The Elements of Typographic Style.
That's a good read.
Is it? Have you read it?
No.
Well, define how you... What about it makes it a good read?
Oh, it's very well formatted. Easy to read.
I see.
Well laid out.
Users directory of computer networks, says Gu. And there's an Amazon link as well. Let's see what this book is.
We have to have a look at this. Published on May the 18th, 1990.
Here's how to track down virtually every network available to academics and researchers. This new book, with its detailed compilation of host-level information, provides everything you need to locate resources, send mail to colleagues and friends worldwide, and answer questions about how to access major national and international networks. Extensively cross-referenced information on ARPANET, MILNET, BitNet, CSNet, SNet, NSFNet, SPAN, TheNet, Usenet, and loads of others is all provided.
Well, that sounds like crucial reading.
Included are the detailed lists of the hosts, site contact, administrative domains, and organizations, plus a tutorial chapter with handy reference tables, reveals electronic mail secrets that make it easier to take advantage of networking.
Electronic mail secrets, you say?
This book is available on paperback from $114.34.
I see.
That's US dollars.
That's-
One new from $2,526 US dollars.
Maybe it's a hefty book.
630 pages.
Maybe not. In UK pricing, it's £53.44, presumably from the same seller, because there only appear to be about 5 in existence.
It's only had 2 ratings, and both of them were 3 stars on Amazon. The way the net used to
How
be.
did they find Amazon?
Someone posted this on this review on June the 28th, 1998. The way the net used to be. So that comment from almost 20 years ago is talking about the
Yes.
book being about the way the net used to be. Here we go, from 20 years ago, July 18th, 2005, 10 years ago, this review. Great way to peer back at the internet before it became the internet.
Yeah,
It does sound like something I'd like.
it does. I think we should find a way to acquire one of these books.
Well, for $114.34, we can get one.
That's very true. Okay, copper up. That's
Well, Goot says my copy was like $25, so I think if we found a $25 version, I would happily buy that.
yes.
Yeah.
It has now
Somebody's
tried to
trying
request-
to break
Yes.
things. So Google.com has come through as a request.
Yeah,
And if I click on that request for Google.com, no, it doesn't do
no,
anything,
nothing's
thankfully.
going to happen.
Lovely. It didn't attempt to load Google.com in Spotify or anything.
No, that would
We're
have been
good.
interesting.
We're good.
Anyway,
Yes, Eldritch says King and a Princess at the same time sounds doable to me. They're not necessarily the same dements, so I suppose that's right.
You could do a king and a princess at the same time.
Okay, that's
what?
right.
Is this
I
one
was
of
talking
those,
about being a king and a princess at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just listening
Is-
to what you said.
Is this one of those times where you should say it in your head before you say it out in the microphone, on the internet,
Maybe.
in the podcast?
What you
Yeah.
say on the internet is there forever. Yes. Yes. I like you attempting to drop our database tables there, Penman. Penman has just put in the chat room !request ampersand APOS.
I think that's an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
drop
yeah,
table
there's
songs. So attempting to drop our songs table, but I'm assuming, sysadmin, that didn't work.
I really hope so. I don't think it did, so that's good.
We don't use a database like that, do we?
We don't really use a database, to be fair.
No, you've used this thing that is entirely not a database, but that does mean that SQL syntax doesn't work on it, right?
That's very true.
There we go then.
Although stuff keeps moving and changing.
That's because
Tried to-
there's while it's not doing anything to our database, it is adding these as manual requests. So
Yes.
on the panel in front of me, I've just now got drop table songs as a request via IRC and Wild True OS Fork as a request from IRC. Why do we do this again?
Why? I don't know. I'm going to tweet the picture of all of the requests that you are sending that are trying to break my snazzy request panel.
Yes, they're not working, thankfully,
they're
but keep
not.
them coming because
Yes,
it does
why
keep
not?
our sysadmin on their toes,
Yes,
which is
it's a chuckle.
always fun. So, thinking of sysadmins, I was watching TV earlier.
Indeed, you were.
That was a really terrible segue.
Incredibly so.
But you know what else is a terrible segue? A bike. So, so you're vaguely laughing. It was vaguely funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I rarely
More of a
watch.
sympathy laugh.
Thank you. I rarely watch live TV.
Is this one of those times where you've forgotten how to speak again?
It is.
None of us can speak this evening.
Yes,
which is-
quite.
which
So
is a
I
great
barely
start.
watch live TV, but when I do, I'm always struck by the quality, quote unquote, quality of advertising. And this always hits me more when I'm in a different country because I generally think that adverts here in the UK aren't too bad, whereas adverts in the US are very different to the adverts here. They have a lot more.
I would like to recommend some the Anchor adverts.
The Anchor adverts.
Yeah, like for the butter and
For the butter.
squirty cream and stuff.
Well, and we've got there are a lot of adverts that are very odd and memorable in the UK. I mean, we've got the Go Compare guy,
Indeed, we do.
Gio Compare, as his stage name is, but who was actually a tenor in Phantom of the Opera on the West End.
Good
I
God,
found out
really?
earlier. Yes, really. And so advertising is an odd beast wherever in the world you are. But I remember seeing a Mitchell and Webb sketch that was particularly good around advertising. It translates quite well to radio. I mean, listen to this.
Ow! My stomach.
Do you suffer from gut agony?
And my head.
Tension head? Got that bloated feeling?
Oh,
Inevitable wrinkles? The beginnings of lady moustache? And now you've pissed yourself again? Women, you're leaking, aging, hairy, overweight, and everything hurts. And your children's clothes are filthy. No wonder men long for other, less clammy women. For God's sake, sort yourself out.
now I'm free to live my own life, my way.
Men, shave and get drunk. Because you're already brilliant.
So that's a pretty accurate sketch talking about the kind of ridiculous stereotyping in some adverts. You were saying that you saw an advert this week that seemed ridiculous as well.
Oh, well, which week don't you? But just one this week particularly got my goat with the woman on the Veet advert who has no hair on her legs whatsoever.
So why
waxing her legs?
Why is she waxing her legs?
Exactly.
Like
It's not exactly selling the product to me.
Like I've got more
I
chance of answering the question. Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Than why is that? You know,
This lady is waxing her
this
legs.
way is
Why
waxing
is
her
she
legs.
waxing
Why
her
is she
legs?
waxing her legs?
Yes. Well, Catherine, you and I have had
I
this
think-
discussion recently. It's like when you see toothpaste adverts and they're brushing their teeth, but they're not using any toothpaste.
And their teeth are already
already
clean.
They're already
Perfect.
perfect,
Yeah.
white and clean and everything.
Yeah.
There's no chin dribble. There's no like mouth foam when you brush your teeth and it all kind of goes everywhere.
Oh, when I brush
that is
my
what we
teeth,
need.
toothpaste goes everywhere, and it's all it's terrible.
That's
it's
the
like,
kind of thing we should see in toothpaste
It's
adverts.
like a weird kind of white soapy mess everywhere. It's like a war zone.
How do we know your toothpaste works, toothpaste manufacturers, unless it goes everywhere?
That is true.
That is
yeah.
that is the question we should be asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, so Dove did a pretty good advertising campaign a couple of years ago, the Real Beauty campaign, and there was an advert they had that was literally a photo of a model, and then it went through a sped up kind of screen capture process of them photoshopping that model to look like the way the model actually looked on the billboard.
But the recent Dove adverts, I mean, you cannot convince me that the armpits in them are real.
So you think they've been
Right.
faking armpits?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, you know, like, I think it's Dove deodorant or something, and the women are waving their arms in the air, and nobody's armpit looks like that. You can almost see the photoshopping.
My armpit looks like that.
Well, you're very lucky.
See?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm proved wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
An advert-ready armpit.
An advert-ready armpit. I should be an armpit double.
You should. Well,
I should get my armpits
an armpit
insured.
model. Yeah.
Yes. I'll get my armpits insured. Armpits are fun. So, we've had more requests coming in.
Compare the armpit.com.
Yes. we need a couple of vaguely offensive meerkats.
Yeah.
Or what's an armpit equivalent of a meerkat?
That is a question I never thought you would ask me.
A hedgehog.
Why?
How did you get there?
Prickly.
Yeah.
But surely.
Surely.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
An insurable armpit wouldn't be prickly.
Well, every armpit's a tad prickly unless you take care of it.
Only prickly in personality.
Yes, my armpit has a prickly personality. That's why I compare it to a hedgehog.
We've gone down a rabbit hole, haven't we?
Comparethearmpit.com.
Okay.
Yes.
It's better than We Buy Any Armpit.
Yeah. It could well be worse. Yes.
I can't believe it's not armpit. Can you?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes. You listeners at home are still trying to break our request queue, which is quite amusing.
So I've got the request queue up on my screen now, and we've got some good requests that I'm going to be...
Someone's tried to request an image, and what do we do with that?
Yeah.
Someone's requested a banana emoji.
Okay.
Banana phone.
Banana phone.
Banana phone.
Someone has requested banana phone.
Brilliant.
Banana phone.
Yes, but doing it in emoji... I don't know if our request queue can handle emoji.
It doesn't really.
No, but we can handle emoji.
We can... That's true.
So somebody has tried to run a script.
Yeah, someone's tried to get something to pop up. There's a kind of triangle thing.
Oh, it does work with emoji. I've got emoji on my screen right now. It says banana and phone. So there we go.
Well, that's good then.
That's good.
Well, there we go.
It's time for this week's Tumble Fumble! Was that a bit
That
loud?
was a bit loud, going to be honest.
Piercing,
So
yeah.
I'll turn the microphone down. How's that? It's time for this week's Tumble Fumble!
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Was that a bit
Better,
more energy
probably.
than you were expecting?
Yeah, I don't know.
Catherine.
Shall we do the Tumble
Well,
Fumble?
on my little list of tumblers, there's one that's been lurking on there for a while and I haven't talked about. And I think it's about time because it's one of my faves. It's a quiet little Tumblr called Giles Smiles.
So gilessmiles.tumblr.com.
Giles-smiles.tumblr.com. And it's about Rupert Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer fame.
BTVS.
Yes.
Yep. So I assume that the owner of this Tumblr is watching their way through Buffy, and every time Giles smiles, taking a little screen cap, sharing it on Tumblr, and explaining why Giles is smiling.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I am a big fan of Buffy. I think Buffy's a fantastic series.
Yeah, it's one of my faves. It's one of my comfort blanket TV programs. You know, one of those things that you watch over and over again, and it's all familiar and snuggly and
yeah. So I'm tempted to not do Harry Potter this weekend and now just watch the entirety of Buffy.
Oh, tough choices.
Tough choices. But no, I quite like this. Why is Giles smiling? Because Anya was rude.
Why is Giles smiling? Because he was being pretentious about monsters.
Oh, Giles is so sweet.
Why is Giles smiling? Because his favourite part of the concussion is when everyone is all nice and attentive afterwards.
Yeah.
Because Buffy's brain is an eternal mystery.
That is true.
Or because Buffy wants him to be the one to give her away.
Or just because he's glad to see Buffy. I like Giles. Giles is one of my favourite characters out of anything ever.
Oh, and he likes mushy peas.
I just like Anthony Stewart Head.
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
He is cool.
Have you seen ever seen him interviewed by Craig Ferguson?
No.
Yeah, look that up on YouTube if you get a chance later. It's very funny. They just spend the entire time laughing at each other.
That's quite cool.
It's fantastic.
So Anthony Stewart Head and Craig Ferguson.
Yep.
That's
Yep,
the
look that
the
up.
late show, whatever it was,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So I was ready to talk about Giles Smiles, and then I got totally sidetracked this morning, and a little ditty ended up ruining my entire day.
A little ditty.
Yes. Well, somebody, I can't even remember who now, tweeted Potatoio.
Potatoio.
Yeah, so potato.io.
.io. Okay.
And I clicked on it.
Okay, we'll go through this now. Is this? Do I need to have the sound turned up?
Yeah,
okay.
probably.
So
yeah.
I'm going to potato POTATO .io.
Yeah.
Let's do this. What does this do? Oh my god! What?
They're red, they're white, they're brown. They get that way underground. There can't be much to do. There's
a guitar playing potato on the screen.
Yep.
Oh my!
Every way we can
What
conjure to
the?
heat them. We're delighted and think they're just great. Potato, 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 potato,
What is this?
potato, potato,
What?
potato, 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 potato,
I'm not
potato,
sure
What
I
the-
understand
Why-
the internet anymore.
Sometimes we ditch the skin to eat what it's holding
What?
in.
So this has been in your head all day?
All day.
All day.
Right.
They have eyes, but they do not have faces. I don't know
What
Your
the-
head is a
feelings get
scary
hurt.
place.
By
What?
just hanging around in dark places. Where
What?
they only
I mean, this
can
video. This video is ridiculous. I mean, the song that you're hearing is ridiculous. Oh my god! This video is just.
It's pretty potatoey, really.
It's yeah.
So then I...
Oh my god! It loops. No. Click away. Take me back to Giles Smiles. Oh.
Giles Smiles is the only antidote.
Giles Smiles because the potatoes have ended. Oh my word!
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so potatoes have been a big theme of my day, because then obviously I had to find out if there were other songs about potatoes.
Other songs
course.
about, but what other songs about potatoes could there possibly be?
Well, there's quite a lot, but there was one particular parody that I actually added to the request queue,
Oh, so you have
Indeed.
Weird Al Yankovic.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite
I
like
found
Weird
it-
Al
I
Yankovic.
found it on YouTube, and he's singing with his potato-shaped guitar players.
Right.
As one does.
So it's been a potatoey day for you.
It really has, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like your potatoes best?
Ooh, I quite like them all the ways.
All the ways.
All the ways, yeah.
Potatoes all the
chips
way.
and crisps and
Potatoes,
Roast.
yeah.
baked.
Roast potatoes. I like dauphinoise potatoes.
Ooh,
Where you kind of
dauphinoise, yeah, with
slice
all the
them
Gruyere
thinly
cheese,
and with the cheese and the cream.
Garlic and cream and
Potatoes.
potato.
Right.
The only one I don't really like is baked potatoes. Not really
See,
a
I
big
like
fan.
baked potato.
I don't mind a baked potato.
I think it's because when I had them
Now
when I
and
was
again.
younger, they were so overdone.
Yeah, you don't want an overdone baked potato.
The
Didn't I-
skin was all terrible.
But I like the when the skin is crispy
Ooh.
and
So
you
that's
put,
nice,
you
yeah.
slather loads of butter on it.
Mm,
That's the business.
keep talking.
Yes.
Slather it with butter.
Keep talking.
Lots and lots of butter.
Yeah, don't
It's
just
all
say the same
melty.
words. You are terrible at food flirting.
Yes.
Right. So while we
I
go
didn't
out,
think I was supposed to flirt.
Well, no, you just make me hungry.
Oh,
so
I don't know how to do that.
Show me food. Talk about food. Mention food.
Play the potato song.
while we go out and get some potatoes, here's "Addicted to Spuds" by Weird Al Yankovic. Well, there we are.
Well, you know the story about the potato who had 3 daughters.
No.
Well, there was a potato once, and he had 3 daughters, and they were growing up, and the oldest daughter went away to Potato University, and came
I graduated from there.
home. You did? Oh, okay. You might have known.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, Dad, I've met someone, and I'm going to get married. It's a Jersey Royal." So Dad was thrilled. His princess was going to marry another princess. It's great. So happy wedding and everything. And then the second daughter comes home, and she's met someone too. She's met King Edward Potato. So, Dad thinks, wow, I didn't think it could get better than marrying a Jersey Royal, but King Edward Potato. And then the third daughter comes home and says, "Dad, I've met someone. I'm going to get married." And he thinks, geez, wonder who this is going to be. And she's met Des Lynam. And he doesn't quite know what to say. But, after a while, he pulls himself together and says, "Love, you can't marry Des Lynam. He's just a commentator."
Going.
Oh, I'm glad that was much cleaner than we were all expecting.
That was a really long joke for a really disappointing punchline.
Yes.
It's like, I feel underwhelmed.
Yes. It was a really long joke for a really disappointing punchline, but it was clean and it was safe for on-air broadcast. So
That is true.
That's good.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Rachel's saying that song made me hungry. Well, I suggest you go and eat a potato then.
Yes.
Don't eat one raw.
Or a hash brown.
The hash brown is a type of potato.
Yes. Or
A potato-based product.
Okay, fine. Go and eat a potato/potato-based product.
Yes.
Do that.
there we are.
Please move on.
Oh, potato. Right, so
Indeed.
how are we doing with the bad song of the week?
How
Let's have a
are
look
we
at
doing
this.
with
So,
the bad song of the week?
just as a reminder for those of you listening in to the show, i.e. not the three of us in the studio, I'm not quite sure why I said that. For a reminder, here we go, of the bad songs of the week. Your nomination this week is Drunk Text by Manufactured Superstars featuring Paris Hilton. You don't have a button prepared, do you?
I've got a button.
I went out to the club the other night.
Okay, stop it. And my nomination for Bad Song of the Week is...
What's going on?
I think we've heard enough of that for a lifetime.
Yes.
So
So the Crazy Frog. So at the moment, I'm in the lead.
You are indeed.
Oh,
by
yes.
4 points.
I'm in the lead by 4. So we can get some more votes here. Head to gkly.co/bad and you can vote for the Bad Song of the Week this week. My nomination, of course, Crazy Frog with Axel F. Chris's nomination, Manufactured Superstars featuring Paris Hilton with the song Drunk Text.
Indeed.
Vote for me.
Vote for me.
No, vote for me.
Vote for me.
Vote for me.
Vote for me.
I can turn your mic off. Vote for me.
Rude.
Aha.
That's just rude.
Misty says this is a tough choice. I can barely take a few seconds of either of these terrible songs.
Right, well. Are we just going to kind of sit here and watch the votes?
No, I just wondered
for me.
if there was something else coming. You said, well.
Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere with that.
So once again this week it is J.K. Rowling's 50th birthday. Not as in it's her 50th birthday again, but once again, I'm saying on the show, it is J.K. Rowling.
Although it has been her
Eloquently
birthday,
done.
50 years in a row.
That is
For the
very
last
true.
50 years, it was J.K. Well, for the last 49 years, it was J.K. Rowling's birthday. And then 50 years ago, she was actually born.
Well, that was her original birthday.
Yes,
The day of
but
her birth.
she wasn't alive for the whole day. Well, she was, but
Was
you know,
it
she
still
wasn't
her birthday?
out of her incarceration.
It's not really an incarceration, is it?
Well, it is. You can't
You would
get
have
out.
to have been outside first and to be incarcerated, wouldn't you?
I suppose. What's it called then?
Birth?
Pregnancy.
Hence
Yeah, no,
birthday.
the bit before
Birth.
birth when you're trapped inside.
Gestation?
Gestation.
That's a word, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what happens to potatoes?
No, they grow.
Right. Okay. And humans don't grow. That's the
No.
difference.
Not generally.
Right.
Humans
You
are
see-
manufactured.
Yeah, potatoes grow in the earth.
And we grow on the earth.
Yes.
I'm still not
the-
finding the distinction between
Potatoes
potato
grow
and
in the
human,
garden.
particularly.
And people grow in the lady garden.
Oh my god! You
Oh,
are
for
terrible. Oh, this. Oh, you are. That is. Oh dear.
Oh my god.
For those people listening who can't see what's going on in the studio right now, Catherine has made herself laugh so much she is backed away from the microphone
Yes.
and is currently doubled over.
Yep.
You're right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you understand what you've done?
No.
Do you know why we're not at home to Mrs. Lady Garden, Catherine? You know why we're not allowed to say this on air too many times?
We're not at home to Mrs. Ladygarden. Did you just say those words on our podcast?
Maybe. Fire Catherine. She said it first. It's fine. We'll just
Not rude.
spend longer on the edit.
So Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's got a forbidden forest, not a lady garden.
That's a very different
Okay.
thing.
People are grown in the Forbidden Forest.
No, that's not what I meant. No.
Oh my
I'm just trying to talk about Harry Potter. I have the worst choice in
Okay.
people.
Unicorns are grown in the Forbidden Forest. Is that better?
Yes, that's fine, but
Okay,
why do we
good.
need to talk about that now?
I don't know. You asked.
I'm trying to talk about books. What was your favourite Harry Potter character?
I don't know.
What's your favourite Harry Potter character?
I don't know.
You've read the books, right?
Yeah, but it was long ago.
There's so many. I think that's
There's
what I
a
like
lot.
best. It's a whole universe of people.
There are a lot
Yes, but
of
which one's your
characters to choose from.
favourite? Which one's your
I
favourite?
don't think I have a favourite.
Which one's your least favourite? Which one really grinds your gears?
But then, okay, so this is interesting because do you think there's a difference between, liking a character, as in I like that person, and liking a character because they're a good character?
Is that not one in the same?
No. So you
one
could
is one
say
is
somebody was a really interesting character, but you wouldn't like them if you met them.
Okay,
you'd
yeah,
think,
I suppose.
that's a,
Okay, so which character do you think you'd get on with best if you met them?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, this was a
Because
fascinating line.
I
of
don't know.
questioning
Maybe
to go down.
Luna.
Yeah, Luna's cool. I think I'd get on with Luna. I think I'd like Luna.
She'd be a better host on the podcast than me.
She'd be a
Possibly.
Cleaner a host on
she'd
the
probably
podcast.
she'd be more eloquent
Yes.
for a weird child. She's positively normal compared to you.
Nargles and such.
Yes. So my favourite character in the books I don't think would ever want to hang out with me at all. I like Sirius Black. He's one of my favourite characters.
Oh, see, I thought he was a bit of a, I don't know. I can't think of a.
I think
word.
he was
I
a
can't
bit.
think
He
of
was
a
a bit of
phrase I
a.
can use on air.
It was a bit of a tool belt in the films, but
I thought he was more of a tool belt in the books.
really, I don't know. I just liked Sirius Black for some reason. Don't know why.
Bit
Really?
reckless.
Yeah. But I don't think we'd get
I
on
think
very well
good
if we met.
character, but not necessarily someone I'd want to hang out with.
Yeah, so I think Sirius Black's my favourite character, but in terms of people that I'd want to hang out with, I mean, I used to relate a lot to Neville Longbottom.
Yeah. If you ever had to be friends with somebody, you'd pick the Lunas and the Nevilles.
Yeah, totally, because then they end up being really brave in the end as well.
Always good.
Yeah, but also quite dopey.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just seem a bit real.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
Very real. I hate Seamus.
You do?
Don't know why.
But they made more of him in the films than they did in the books.
Cocky git.
Really, he just blew stuff up.
Yeah, but also it's just really...
What?
It's just really...
Is that a technical term?
Apparently
Yeah,
so.
it's not a big fan.
Oh, okay.
Whereas Neville was like one of my favourites. And I like Professor Lupin.
Oh no, I think he ended up being a bit of a toolbox at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Lupin was alright.
All that I'm going to run out on my family business.
Yeah, that was a bit rubbish.
I ain't never forgiven that.
Tonks. I
But
like
luckily, but I
Tonks.
really liked that Harry told him off for that.
Yes, me too.
That sort of redeemed Harry quite a lot in my eyes.
Yeah, because Harry got a bit whiny.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that was inevitable, wasn't it, really? I mean,
Yeah, oh,
go through what he
poor
went through. He was
me.
bound to have a whiny year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Professor McGonagall.
No, she is awesome. And the Muggle hustle dude
Yeah.
loves him some Minerva. It's
Really?
Yeah.
One of my favourite bits in the films, certainly. I mean, it was in the book as well, but I thought that it was played very well in the film. Was in the last film where there's the Battle of Hogwarts and Professor McGonagall does the incantation and the big kind of stone things come off the wall and she turns to Molly Weasley and just says, "I've always wanted to do that." It's so good. It's like there's this battle going on, but her inner child is still coming out there.
Yeah.
Just,
I think she's
very cool.
fantastic in the 5th film with the sassing Umbridge.
yes,
not
yeah.
taking any of her whatever.
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Yes,
Not taking any of the nonsense.
indeed.
So I'd love to hear what your favourite books and indeed characters and Harry Potter characters are. Chris, do you have any favourite characters from books in general?
That is a good question. Because, well, if I can't decide on one character from Harry Potter...
How are you going
gonna
to
be
decide on
difficult
one
to
character
decide.
from all the characters
all
ever?
the characters that have ever existed.
I think one of my all-time favourite people is Arthur Dent in terms of fictional
Yeah.
book characters.
He's very cool.
He's a good character.
I think I was more of a Ford Prefect fan.
See, I liked
Yeah.
Ford, but I identified more with Arthur, just the dressing gown thing more than anything, and they're always wanting a cup of tea.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
That kind of taking everything in his stride, yet things still amazed him. Like, what is this? I'm accepting the situation entirely, but what? I quite like that. Whereas Ford,
Stressed and also laid back.
Yes.
very British.
Kind of describes this program as well.
Stressed, but quite laid back.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, please do. In the chat room, we are GKLY on Freenode IRC, or you can just go to the website, gkly.co, and hit the chat button. Any time of the day or night, that chat room is there.
Indeed it is.
It's ubiquitous.
Watching you.
Well,
No, it's
Geekly Bot's
listening
watching
to
you.
Geekly Bot's watching.
Geekly Bot's watching.
there. Geekly Bot will keep you company.
You can tweet us at GKLYCO, or you can give us a phone call or text message on...
Oh, good Lord, I've got to remember the numbers.
Yes,
in the
you
UK, 0203 389 6245, or in the US, 415 287 9705. I've
Awesome.
no idea if those were right.
Oh, well, talking about books, you have, a delayed remembrance on my part. Talking about favourite characters, I always think of Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. I think that was one of my first book crushes. And, of course, Harper Lee's just written a new book. Well, no, she hasn't just written it, but just
It's
published
just released, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm hoping to get that for my birthday.
And Atticus is a very cool name.
It is super cool.
Goot's favourite character from the Harry Potter books is the Sorting Hat.
Oh, good choice.
Sorting Hat is very cool. Rachel's saying favourite character is Molly Weasley.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Bit, I quite like Arthur Weasley. Because he's very bumbling.
You're like a bumbler.
Yeah. Although Percy Weasley, again, a bit of a tool belt.
Yeah. There's one in every family.
There's one in every family. Who's your tool belt? Call us now. Let us know who in your family you hate.
And if there isn't one, it's probably you.
It's probably you. Yeah. But anyway, let's segue nicely now into another request.
Why
So
not?
this, why not? It's not really a segue either. Let's
let's
play
just
a
play
song.
a song.
Stop this verbal diarrhea and then pick it up again in a few moments.
Indeed.
What?
I was having some verbal diarrhea.
And that's the noise it makes. Blah, blah. Right. Okay.
I see. Right.
So Ross, this is your request in the chat room. Thank you for using our request feature. It worked brilliantly.
Indeed.
Should
What?
we move on?
What do you mean? What? I asked you a question.
I might have.
They might not have said that yet.
I had a
Moving on.
Crank up the awkward handle.
I had a donut yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I fell in love with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a hot dog van in the centre of Manchester
What?
that has, a hot dog that is so good. It's like a religious experience.
Really?
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh,
If I
I
fall
don't
in
get-
love
I'm
with
gonna-
anything, it's that.
I'm going to make the 4-hour drive to Manchester tomorrow just to have a hot dog.
Well, I don't know about a religious experience, but as you said, we stopped at a Krispy Kreme cabinet and a Tesco yesterday.
We did.
That was pretty.
Yeah, that
pretty
donut
joyous
was quite
as an
exceptional.
experience.
But surely it's not as good as actually going to a Krispy Kreme and getting them warm.
Well,
No,
indeed.
that is amazing.
That is
A warm
fantastic.
Krispy Kreme.
Fluffy
Ooh.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry again.
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking to myself, oh, as much as I want to be gross and stay in and watch films all day tomorrow,
Shall we go to
could
Krispy Kreme?
go out. No, not necessarily Krispy Kreme, but I'm thinking like I could go out for something like a hot dog or maybe a burrito or maybe a burger. Maybe go to Five Guys. Maybe. Okay. Just thinking about food here.
Yeah. So we're all quite hungry.
Yeah. Which is odd, given as we had Chinese.
Indeed.
I'm just going to eat my Chinese takeaway leftovers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not bad.
It's one of my favourite things.
Not a bad idea. Might have some toast.
If I were in The Sound of Music, I'd sing about it.
Ah, the hills are alive.
With cold
with the
Chinese
sound
takeout.
of Fu Young.
Actually, that reminds me, we never finished watching
Moulin Rouge.
Well, there
Maybe
we
we
go.
should do a commentary on Moulin Rouge.
That would be fun.
But that would
Yes.
just mainly be us singing along.
Yeah,
Yes.
but well, watching Moulin Rouge with
And
you
we
was
shouldn't
basically
inflict
singing.
anyone to my singing,
No, that's true.
other than you guys.
We shouldn't
Yeah.
inflict anyone
You've
with-
been sufficiently,
yes.
Inflicted.
coated with protective layers of
silence.
silence.
Yes,
Yes. Silence with a P.
indeed. So thanks for all of the votes for Bad Song of the Week. Keep them coming in. It is actually getting more even now.
It
so,
is. You're only ahead by 3 points.
Yes, so gkly.co/bad. You can vote for the Bad Songs of the Week by going there. And don't forget, this week's Tumble Fumble was Giles Smiles and also some weird random potato thing.
Yes. Some weird random potato thing.
Makes you
accurately
wonder why
describing
you
what I
keep
had for
having
lunch
this
yesterday
feature.
as well. But yes. Yes. Why do we invite you back?
Because nobody
I
else
just
knows
turn up.
Tumblr like Catherine knows
That's
Tumblr.
very true. That's very
But
true.
does anyone care?
Well, I care.
Well, that's a good question.
Mwahaha.
Vaguely.
Almost.
Almost.
Not
Yeah, a
really.
little bit.
Almost a little bit, not really. Good. Anyway.
So, I mean,
So-
obviously, Harry Potter is a great example of books that made it to the big screen. What do you think the worst book adaptation to a film has been?
Oh, I was going to know the answer if you asked what you thought the best was.
Or what do you think the best is?
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
I like the film and the book.
How about you?
I don't know.
You're
I
just
rather like
very
the Hunger
non-committal
Games
about
too.
this.
Incredibly.
You like
The Hunger Games was
I
a
think
good
the films are good
adaptation.
and the book's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But what's the worst?
The third Harry Potter film?
The third Harry Potter film? I suppose so.
That werewolf is awful.
True. That is true.
I mean, having just seen around the same time Van Helsing came out,
oh, yeah.
and that had good werewolves in it. Well, they were like big, hairy, like werewolves.
Rah, werewolves.
They were
Yes.
wolfy,
I
not
see.
like a dingo.
A dingo.
Yes.
Goot in the
Dingo
chat room
ate my
says...
wizard.
Dingo ate my wizard.
Dingoes ate my wizard. Yeah.
Right. So Goot in the chat room says Lady Chatterley's lover.
Mm-hmm.
I've not read the book or seen the film.
No, I've not seen the film, and I've only read about 4 pages of the book. I fell asleep.
All I know is Sean Bean.
Sure. Oh, it's Sean Bean. Then
Is
probably
it
not.
Sean Bean?
I don't know.
I might be guessing. I might have imagined
Maybe.
that.
But speaking of Sean Bean, though, Game of Thrones. Those are books that have been turned into a TV series, and the first series and the first book actually kind of
Can't help you here. I've not read or seen.
Well,
any of
it was pretty similar, and then things diverged a bit. But the main difference between the books and the films, the books have a lot more characters in. They've kind of condensed a lot of characters down into one character for the TV series. But I think it works okay. I mean, I love the TV series, and the books are great as well.
So actually, we're being quite weird here in that we're not really hating on anything.
No,
Yeah.
normally we
We're
are full of a
normally
lot
very
more
critical,
sarcasm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm sure there are book things that have been made into films that I haven't liked.
What about films that
obviously
have
just
been made into
repressed them.
books? And or TV series that have been made into books. The Red Dwarf, for example, there are 4 Red Dwarf books, but they came after the TV series. The
Okay.
TV series was a concept first. One of the books is, in fact, an entire book based around just one episode of Red Dwarf.
And obviously, there are lots of there are lots of books for things like Star Trek and Doctor Who.
Yeah, some of the Doctor Who books are really good.
Mhm.
The Red Dwarf books I actually quite liked.
I read a few of the Doctor Who books that went with the last series, and I particularly liked The Crawling Terror.
The Crawling, what was that about?
Giant insects, really.
Well, there we go.
Ew.
And I like the books because obviously there's no budgetary constraints.
That's very true.
So, you can blow a lot of shit up and have lots of helicopters and things and generally spend some money without spending any money.
Yes, because of course the only money spent is in your imagination.
Yes.
But
Imagination money.
Yeah, well, I hate it when my imagination runs out of budget because, the effects are terrible if I don't leave enough imagination dollars for particular dreams.
No, they've just cut the
And I
budget
just
for my
end up
imagination.
With the last half an hour of my daydream being made entirely from bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes I way overstretch my imagination budget, and it's just like entire wireframe kind of, black and white paper drawings for some of the rest of it because I just don't have the budget to even show real life.
Or big polystyrene rocks.
Yeah.
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 Being thrown by Captain Kirk.
But why is he climbing a mountain?
Because he's in love.
Ever fallen in love with a mountain you shouldn't have fallen in love with?
Now that is a question.
Have you?
No, don't think so.
I've never fallen in love with a mountain.
I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a mountain that I shouldn't have fallen in love with.
No.
Actually, most mountains are pretty decent.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, I went to see Inside Out at the cinema.
Oh, was that any good?
And that's got a cute little short about volcanoes in front of it.
Oh.
Volcanoes falling in love.
Oh.
They're a little bit like
adorable.
mountains.
Oh, they are. They're mountains with fire.
Yes.
Everything is made better by fire.
Yeah.
Apart from my garden.
Yes.
Yes.
So, TV
What
series
were we
where
talking
the books were bad. Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's not a TV series.
Started out as a video game. There was a Sonic the Hedgehog TV series. I have the DVDs.
Oh my God.
I have it all on DVD. We should do a commentary of that.
Oh, God.
But they also released a series of Sonic the Hedgehog books. And they were terrible.
Not literary masterpieces then.
Absolutely terrible.
Was Tails in them?
Yes. But ironically, Knuckles the Echidna was not. Everyone always forgets
What
Knuckles.
about Dr. Robotnik?
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik was in all of them. He was so in the TV series, Dr. Robotnik made two sidekicks who were idiots, and it was largely focused around them and Sonic and Tails.
Okay.
I want to go watch that now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Although now I can't hear the name Dr. Robotnik without thinking of the thick of it.
Yes, but
And
we
Stuart
can't
Pearson.
repeat any of those quotes generally on air.
No, Dr. Robotnik is the only remotely broadcastable insult.
Has anyone ever done a commentary of the thick of it? We could totally do that.
Well, the cast and crew did commentary.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
They were pretty awesome.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't.
Perhaps
shouldn't do
not.
that then.
No.
Okay.
Knowledge is porridge.
Knowledge is porridge.
That's the only thick of it quote we're allowed to do on air.
Yeah, most of them are far too explicit. Unfortunately, yeah, this is a family show.
Well, you say that.
Generally. Yeah. So we were talking about Jamiroquai earlier,
We were.
and you have no idea who Jamiroquai are.
That is very true.
About to get schooled.
He is about to get schooled
Oh, dear.
in the Quai.
Bridge over
Seriously?
the
Is that a thing?
Jamiroquai.
Is this a thing that's actually happening right now?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Starts off slow, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Here we go. It's getting there, though.
I see.
Be prepared to do some funky dancing.
Right.
If only we had a webcam.
No.
Shame, right.
So, what do you think?
Not bad. So it seems.
I love that song. Do you like that?
I'm kind of on the scale of, it's all right. It's kind of nostalgic, but beyond that.
1996 that song came out in.
Wowza.
You were 20.
I was not.
19.
Tried 12.
Why are you looking at me like you want to kill me?
Because, my old lady powers aren't as strong as you give them credit for.
So, Catherine, the bad song this week, which do you think is worse?
I think Drunk Text is worse.
You think Drunk Text is worse?
I do.
Okay, well,
I'm awarding Catherine a point for that.
No. Well, we're about to look at what the
lady points.
what the listeners think. And drum roll, please.
Oh, good lord. Can we actually do that? We need a sound effect for this, really, because
this is a bit rubbish.
Yeah. Shall I find a sound effect?
Yeah, because we have time for this.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We've only got like 8 minutes left. Okay.
We don't exactly. If we run over by a couple of minutes, it's fine. We don't have a hard stop like the news at 9 or something.
Shall I press the button now?
Go on. That's terrible.
That should have played Hedwig's theme.
It's the first one that came up on Google.
Try it again. Well, Catherine, I'm sorry to have to tell you that the listeners disagree with you.
Oh, no.
Indeed. This week's bad song winner is Axel F by Crazy Frog.
Can you believe it?
Do you know what?
That means we have to hear it.
That does mean we have to hear it. Those
the
are the
bright
rules
side,
of the
It is the shorter of the two songs.
I think people are wising up and they're voting for the song they like most, so that they don't have to hear the one that they like least.
Oh, we might have to change the rules up on that.
Maybe.
But anyway, you know the words. Sing along. Crazy Frog, then.
Indeed.
That is the Crazy Frog.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. You look like you've actually had a stroke or an aneurysm or something whilst listening to that, Catherine.
Frogurism.
Frogurism. Frog in your throat.
Yeah.
But you've never eaten frog's legs.
No.
I see. Well, that does mean you're beating me 4 points to 2.
I am. I have won 4. Oh, is this our 6th show of the series?
This is our 6th show of the series.
Incredible. We've been
Probably
going for 12 whole weeks.
I know.
It's cool.
In fact, longer than that because of that massive gap in the middle. But
that's true.
Mind the gap.
So requests that we didn't get to play this week.
What have we got here?
Loving You Is Easy by Camo and Crooked.
Yeah.
My Freeze Ray, which is from Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Yeah.
That was an incredibly good song, but we didn't quite have time to get to that.
Yes.
Close to the Edge by 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. Banana Phone.
Banana
we
Phone.
We didn't get time to play.
What's Banana Phone?
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. What's Banana Phone?
It's a song called Banana Phone.
I've never heard of it.
YouTube it.
I've never heard of it.
Well,
okay.
We shall have to educate you.
You've heard Combine Harvester by the Wurzels.
I have, and
yeah,
it's apologies that we've not been able to get to that one tonight either.
Also on here.
Yes.
But there we are.
I used to count Combine Harvesters when I was a kid. Like during the summer, I'd have a count of how many I'd seen. And I knew who made each different colour.
You were a cool kid.
I was a strange child.
Wow.
But I do like me a Combine Harvester.
Okay. So much so that you've got a brand new one?
No.
Will you give me the key?
Nobody could afford a brand new Combine Harvester. You'd likely have to get one second hand.
How much are brand new Combine Harvesters?
I don't know.
Okay.
All good questions.
Internet to the rescue. Here we go.
Bit of banana phone and a bit of Combine Harvester shopping. Should keep us busy.
Can you get them on Amazon?
I imagine it's more of an eBay thing.
Possibly.
Or
on.
maybe Gumtree.
Combineworld.co.uk. That's all used Combine Harvesters.
I want a Massey Ferguson.
You want a Massey Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm heading to combineworld.co.uk. Manufacturer, Massey Ferguson. All models. Search. So we could get you a Massey Ferguson 7274. It's had 11,000 engine hours. It's got an MF cutter bar, but it's a power flow type with a header size of 6.7 and standard sleeves.
I totally understand what all of these mean.
It's a 2008 manufacture, so not too old. $55,000. Sorry, pounds. £55,000.
Wow. There we go.
There's another one of the same model, but it's slightly older. 2003 model. That's 39,000.
But any brand new.
But we could get you a Massey Ferguson 40 RS, so that's a 1993. That's 16,500, which is not too bad.
Well,
so
there we
new.
go.
I'm going to search for new combine harvester. New combine harvester. It came up with the Wurzels first and foremost.
Yeah,
Oh, those combine manufacturers need to hire an SEO expert,
indeed.
They really
possibly more urgently than Google.
Possibly. I think Google might not have as much to worry about.
Okay, buy machinery. Combine harvesters.
Well, this is making fascinating listening for
So
everyone at home.
new combine
Why do I
harvester.
start these things?
I
A
don't know.
new combine harvester is about £350,000.
Right. Well, there's a geekly fact
Something
for
to
you.
save up for.
Yes. How many was that? 350,000.
Yes.
Good.
But it would only increase my sum account by 1.
I'm going to search for a new Massey Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Or those are a little cheaper.
Oh.
You could get a new Massey Ferguson for about £250,000.
So which type is expensive? Is that a New Holland?
Let me have a look. Yes, New Holland and John Deere are also expensive. I didn't realise you were such a combine harvester anorak.
I always forget I'm a combine harvester anorak until, it's summertime and I see my first combine and
And you're like, one.
I start my little tally.
You've got your little flask of weak lemon drink.
Indeed.
So you sit there and watch the combines.
I can't drink lemon drink. It's too acidic.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So
Right.
we've had a
On
great
that
show
bombshell.
tonight on that bombshell.
Indeed.
So we've indeed talked this evening about Harry Potter. Happy birthday, J.K. Rowling. We've talked a lot about that. We talked about potatoes.
Yes,
Talked
we
about
did.
gender in advertising and how ridiculous that all is. And we've just generally had a chat about music and food and stuff.
Yeah. So,
It's been quite fun.
just an average show, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next episode of the Geekly Chronicles will be
14th of August.
the
I
14th of
believe,
August. Yes.
Which is in 2 weeks' time, if my calendar isn't lying to me.
That is 2 weeks today, yes.
Good, good. So, yes, 14th of August, we will attempt to be back on the internet airwaves.
On the internet airwaves, indeed. So we will be back on the 14th of August for another show of Geekly. But for now, from Catherine, Chris, and myself, any parting words of wisdom?
Count your combines.
Count your
Count
combines.
your combines. Don't count your combines before they hatch.
Don't
however.
count your combines before they hatch.
Yes.
And on that note, thanks for listening.